Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Friday Night Varsity Preview. I'm Dan Spears, along with Tim Hauer. Rachel George has got the week off. She's out of town for vacation, eating turkey somewhere in an undisclosed location, we believe. So we're going to take over the show this week. 6 teams left. It's round 3 of the playoffs, and if you're playing on Thanksgiving, you must be doing really good. So we've got 2 games of the week for you this week, and Tim's going to start it off for us. What you got?
Yeah, this one is the diaper dandy of the week, I guess.
Indeed.
It's Pender at Southwest Onslow, 2, powerhouses over the last, 5 years. And just looking at their common opponents, this matchup on paper is it's so evenly matched that 1 or 2 mistakes in this game could really cost you. They both played Wallace Rose Hill really tough. Pender, that's their only lost to them by 1. And then Southwest beat them by 2. They both played James Keenan. Southwest played them last week in the playoffs, beat them by 11. Pender earlier this year beat them by 4. And then they both clobbered Union, Pender by 34 and Southwest by 43. So high-powered offenses. They each have scored over 30 points over 7 times this year. And running the ball is going to be at a premium in this game. Not many passes. I think they combined to throw 1 pass last week. I don't think Pender threw any in their playoff win, and Southwest threw 1. So,
well, that means it's a quick game, so get there on time, right?
Exactly. And talking to Chuck Carey, who's our prep guru, he says that special teams may be a key in this game. Southwest, their quarterback actually returns punts. Jamal Williams has 7 punt return touchdowns this year. So their special teams really good. He says Pender, that's one of the areas that they could work on a little bit. So could come down to something as simple as a punt or a field goal or something in this game.
Yeah, this is the game that we've all been talking about in the office all week and talking with other colleagues from around the state. This has also been a really good game. Everybody's like, are you going to that game? So it's going to be a heck of a ball game. It really is. Pender's really, like we've been talking about, just stepped it up a little further each year, and this would really be the breakthrough that I think Tom Eanes and his group could, if they could win this game, it would be huge for them as a program and just give them some even more respectability than they've gotten already.
Exactly.
My game is I'm going to keep riding the New Hanover bandwagon, folks. I've been on it all year, and I'm going to stick with it. They play at Southern Durham in the 4A third round. That game is at Riverside High School, not at Southern Durham, because apparently their field is a swamp. So they played there last week, and it was a mess. But this is going to be tough. Southern Durham's the top seed in 4A East. New Hanover's number 5, furthest they've gone in the playoffs in over 15 years. Southern's a little more balanced. They last week when they played Athens Drive, they passed the ball 23 times and ran the ball 23 times. So we've always said that if you're going to beat New Hanover, you better do it through the air because you aren't going to run on them. So this might be a team that gives New Hanover some fits offensively, but I think this is going to be a little closer than everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, I do too. New Hanover's defense is so strong that I think maybe they learned a little bit from last week. The team Pinecrest was able to, or Pine Forest, was able to spread them out a little bit and throw on them. So yeah, I'm sure that's something Kevin Monsinger worked on this week with them, was shoring up that pass defense, because that's something that they're going to have to take care of this week. And penalties, that's the main thing for New Hanover. I think if they can limit penalties and maybe keep this a field position battle, because they've got, I think, an edge on special teams with the way they can punt the ball and kick field goals. So if it's a close game, I mean, New Hanover's probably got the advantage, in a late game situation like that.
Yeah, Southern Durham is 12-1, but their scores aren't terribly impressive. They struggled against an East Wake team that was really bad. Struggled in the Pac-7. They won the league, but the scores just weren't really there. You'd expect a team that is so highly thought of to be a little better than that. But like I said, it'll be interesting. New Hanover can win this game. It's not like they're going up there to be the sacrificial lamb for a top seed. So 4 other games on the schedule, 6 altogether, like we said this week. Starting off littlest to big, we've got in 1A, Plymouth is at Wallace Rose Hill. The Bulldogs absolutely destroyed Williamston last week, and Plymouth is in the same league and lost to Williamston already. That's got to be looking good for the Bulldogs there. 1AA, like we said, the big one this week, Pender at Southwest Onslow. Also in 1AA, the feel-good story of the playoffs, Trask, 14th seeded in 1AA East. They're at Goldsboro. this could be the end of the line for the Titans, but this has been a heck of a run for them.
Exactly. Glenn Sellers, tremendous job there. Who would have thought this after they lost Josh Wiggins, Mr. Everything for him last year? You probably thought this program was going to go even further downhill, and it hasn't gone uphill. So great job for the Titans.
Agreed. In 2A, Jordan Matthews, which is out of Siler City up by Ashboro, they travel down to East Blade, and that's in 2A. Also in 2A, Whiteville at Tarboro, state runner-up Tarboro Vikings from last year. Whiteville's got their hands full. They haven't won a third-round game as a program since 1987. And like we said, the big one in 4A is New Hanover at Southern Durham. That's it for us here in the studio. Make sure you check back with us late Friday night and early Saturday morning for Friday Night Varsity Flashback. And for Tim Howard, this is Dan Spears at StarNewsOnline.com.